implemented a paid internship program for young adults between the ages of 16 and 23. And we worked with two summer school programs, the Christine Avery Learning Center as well as Youth Transformed for Life. And your generous funding allowed us to fund 12 paid internships for the summer. Elementary age students that received one-on-one literacy instruction. So during each week, they had 6 hours of working one-on-one with a tutor. So they had one of these interns and it was consistent. We did our best to make it consistent for the whole summer, that they really had an opportunity to build this rapport and this relationship. And it was amazing to watch those relationships build.
We used our P20 funding to support the development of our Career Center for Innovation and to develop some marketing materials, our logo, those types of things that we would use to tell the story of our new school to families, students, prospective partners.
In particular, the additional funding support helped us return to partnership with Mars Hill Elementary. We thought we had already reached our capacity, but a little extra made it possible. And it also helped us grow our presence in Buncombe County. So we are not in just the 6 schools that were listed in our grant application. We are now partnering as well with Oakley Elementary for the very first time.
We use the P20 money to fund short-term vouchers for families who were actively looking for work, but because they were not employed, were not able to qualify for a traditional child care voucher.
The interns had ongoing support throughout the summer. So throughout the summer, we worked on lesson planning and, being flexible, as opportunities presented themselves within lessons. So they got a lot of instruction about being an effective teacher. But at the same time, I wanted to provide them with some opportunities to enhance their portfolio. So we had some professionals from Asheville come in and do some workshops and seminars with them. We had a representative from Bank of America come and do some financial literacy with them. We had the department from UNC Asheville come and do a workshop on writing an effective resume and cover letter and job applications and college applications.
People who have children ages 0 to 5, because that's really our target, they're early in their careers. And so when they can't work because of childcare issues, they're delaying career advancement, which impacts their families, but it also impacts our employers as well.
And in many ways, our lasting impact on students happens through impact on teachers. Beyond the 6 or more expeditions that we lead throughout the year, partner teachers receive our curriculum for the schoolyard and the classroom. It lightens the planning load for teachers and demystifies outdoor instruction so that all subject areas can be taught through the lens of nature and outside, where kids are really at their best wellness.
One of the reasons why these P20 feel so important to us is that we are using them to tell our story of this new school to the broader community, to let folks not only in Buncombe County but in our region know about this new opportunity, but also a way that we are sort of redefining what the high school experience can look like for the students we serve. So not only will prospective students and families see these marketing materials that we are developing, but also employer partners, higher ed partners will also see and engage with the work that these P20 have allowed us to do. One of the things that we feel like sets this new school model apart is that the emphasis is certainly on earning a high school diploma, but also being ready for a job offer from an employer. So we are committed to making sure that our students have the academic skills that they need that would be represented on a transcript, but also how are they developing the skills that they need to be ready for careers. And we're starting with employers to ask them, what is it that you want to see from high school graduates?
Program, I love to say this is a win-win situation, because the premise was to have the paid interns work one-on-one with elementary age students. So we had the group of interns benefit greatly from this experience, as well as the students that they were directly working with.
You know, it's really easy to learn stuff, but teaching stuff is really, it's different. And so when you teach, you learn too. And I also think it just really helped me grow as a person.
I think partnerships like this with schools are the key to changing and improving the K-12 learning experience. I firmly believe that teachers can do anything, but they cannot do everything. They're human. And partnerships bring support and creativity and change to schools. They can deepen the learning culture, they bring content expertise, can introduce students to additional role models and educators to interact with and be inspired by, can reduce teacher workload, help foster innovation, and expand what feels possible during the school day. It really does take a village to prepare our students for their futures, and partnerships bring that village to the students.
Talking about a bigger picture of early childhood education and our future as a community and a region, every dollar invested in early childhood brings a return of 3 to 4 times the original investment. It's a pretty hefty ROI, and we know that children who attend quality preschool programs tend to go to college, they tend to get better jobs, they tend to have savings accounts, they tend to have better health overall. So those benchmarks that we're looking for success and maybe even just life satisfaction are better met when we invest in those early years.
So currently we have a cooperative innovative high school in Buncombe County called Middle College. And as we've sort of assessed the needs of our community and our students in terms of meeting these post-secondary credentials and successes, we've realized that there's an opportunity to redefine our middle college program and who we serve. And so in doing that, we are developing a new Career Center for Education here in Buncombe County Schools, which is designed to serve high school students, but to connect them with an employer and a career opportunity. And we have a very intentional design for this new school option here in Buncombe County. I think we all recognize that there was a time in public education when schools didn't have to market themselves. And as that landscape has changed, schools being able to tell their story and what they do and how they serve the community is really, really important. And so it's vital that we can tell that story in the most dynamic, compelling, clear way. Again, not just for the students we'll serve, but for the communities we serve too.
For summer break, one of our families found out that their child did not have a childcare slot for the summer. Their school didn't have an open classroom, and so they were going to lose their childcare slot. So the mom had to decide to stay home from work. She had to quit her job. And then they looked for childcare. They found a slot, but then they wouldn't have qualified for the voucher because she didn't have a job. So it was this sort of vicious cycle that we were able to kind of break for them so that they could get back into the workforce and have a good, safe place for their daughter to be during the day.
Having youth tutors is more comfortable for them because having an adult there can be a little intimidating. Whereas like when they see us as a little more closer to their age and they're more comfortable. I feel like they could be more comfortable looking at us as a friend too, a tutor and a friend.
We resumed routine annual evaluation, and the report showed that the impacts of muddy sneakers on students go way beyond science content. Fifth grade is a critical year for students to see themselves as drivers of their own learning. So they're heading into middle school, and their learning journey is going to be a little different. After a year with muddy sneakers, students showed a 50% jump in critical thinking skills, a 100% increase in their interest in science, and a 400% leap in their science confidence.